Wolves of Wind, Book 2, Gills. Chapter 14, United Pack. Rain watched the wolves down below her and Bird. She recognized so many faces, but so many others were new. She recognized River and Oak's small white forms near the front of the crowd. She recognized Ice's bright purple wings, and she saw Blue's unusual bright blue eyes towards the end of the crowd in the shadows. The small tan dog pup with unusual red eyes was struggling to contain their excitement near the back of the crowd, and most importantly of all, she saw the giant dark purple wings of Dusty around the middle of the crowd. Dusty was looking down at her paws in worry, at her sister whom she had hated so much becoming Alpha. Rain knew that she probably was not expecting mercy. Rain nodded fondly at her sister, though, and Dusty's eyes grew appreciative and hopeful. Yet the she-wolf said nothing. The pack had decided that they would add roles, so that each wolf knew what they would do, and who they were, and what their purpose was in the pack. Rain and Bird were the alphas, but they needed a mated couple to rule the pack after them, and so they chose, surprisingly, Scramble and Ice. Scramble was just as surprised as Rain when Ice had taken him back, saying she just wanted him back with her. They had two scouts, Pool and Sand from River Pack, although Rain supposed that they were all in the same pack now, which still didn't have a name. They had 6 fighters, Dusty, Pepper, Lynx, Comet, Thorn, and Wish. They had a lot of hunters to help with prey learning to fight back or run. Feather, Cedar, Birch, Splatter, Copper, and Tawny. Tawny and Copper had actually come back and become hunters. Blue is an Omega, as insisted by Ice, Dusty, and Scramble. After all the changes had been made, though, Rain decided to get some rest in the den. It had been a huge day for her, although there was still more news to be had for Rain as Dusty came trotting into the den, soon after Rain had finished making a bed for herself out of moss growing on the walls. "Yes, Dusty?" Rain asked the dark gold wolf, as the she-wolf sat down in front of her. "I'm expecting pups," Dusty said after hesitating for a moment. Rain stared at her in surprise. "Oh, really? Who's the father, if you don't mind telling me?" Rain asked curiously. "Thorn," Dusty stammered shamefully. "We've been meeting ever since the pack separated. He let me eat food from River Pack land, and we became good friends, and then something more." Rain couldn't help but let out a small chuckle. Dusty had always been so strict to rules. It was a big surprise that she would be with a wolf from another pack. Rain quickly cleared her throat and recovered from her surprise that she had felt first. It was so good to have her sister back, and it seemed as though Dusty was liking her again. "Congratulations, Dusty. You'll be a great mother, I'm sure," Rain said, dipping her head acceptingly. Suddenly Pool burst into the den. "Alpha, we smelled blood in the eastern pine forest. Come quick." Rain and Dusty stood up and ran to see what it was. Rain smelled the blood more and more as she went deeper into the pine forest. But it didn't smell like a pack wolf. But something about it was eerily familiar. Rain ran faster as she recognized Ebony's scent. It was heavily mingled with blood and death and something different. "We need to help her," Rain shouted. She ran so fast it felt like her legs would fall off. Macy, Pool, and Dusty ran close behind her. Rain wasn't sure when Macy had come, but she was here now, and Rain wasn't going to stop and lecture the small thing. The ground let out a tremor as another earthquake hit, and Dusty called for Rain to stop, but Rain saw a black shape lying under a bush and kept going. It was Ebony, and her blue wings and black fur were covered in blood.